anyways, so further evidence shows that Kash Patel is a fucking
bitch.
And apparently you and I are just a bunch of anarchists, because we very so rightly question the narrative of his bullshit investigation into this goddamn assassination of the most consequential conservative speaker of our time, knowing goddamn well that it was not a 30-6 that shot him.
Hey, Kash Patel, fuck you.
Dude, it is mind-blowing that these fuckers still think to this day, and I don't understand, because I talked to you about this earlier, I don't understand how since Kennedy till now, these fuckers haven't figured out how to lay out a conspiracy good. like
honestly, if they were gonna do it, they should have fucking done it like fucking Princess Diane. Like fucking driving down the road and get fucking run off the road and fucking car accident, or fucking choke on a fucking piece of ribeye or some dumb shit like that. Like,
no, they had to do it in broad daylight with thousands of people watching and streaming, recording on their phones, with everybody to watch and able to do exactly what we're doing now.
Oh yeah,
and see that we can prove that you're fucking wrong and lying to us.
Oh yeah, so I think what it boils down to is the Israelis have gotten too cocky. That's honestly what I think it is, because I think it's the Israelis that did it, and I think they've gotten way too cocky, and they thought they would get away with it. They would use someone else as a fucking patsy and walk away scot-free. The LGBT community would have made a fucking like example out of fucking Charlie in their eyes, and they would have got their fucking win. It would have caused more fucking civil discourse between the left and the right, the fucking conservatives and the liberals, and Mossad would just walk away scot fucking free and be like, haha, bitches, like fucking sounding like fucking dickhead from The Simpsons, like, haha, like, fuck you, bitches. Like, man, like, they're using the same fucking tactics now on us that they used whenever fucking JFK was assassinated. At the time, conspiracy wasn't a bad word. It wasn't a negative connotation. They fucking forced that shit down everyone's throat through fucking media, and they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and said, oh no, fucking conspiracy theories, they're crazy, they're wild, they're fucking insane, all this bullshit. And they made it a negative thing because they didn't want people looking into the fact that they were conspiring to assassinate a sitting president. Now they conspire to fucking assassinate
a future
fucking possibly. Who knows what
I have no doubt in my mind that Charlie would have been a president. No doubt in my mind, because he had that I don't want to say power, but he just had that power and influence about him. He moved an entire generation. And therefore, when the time came for him to be called to that position, there would have been nobody who could stand against him.
You're right. He did have such a following. And I know people talk shit about, on the left, say, oh, he's fucking disgusting. He's this, whatever. He's fucking racist. He's whatever. But look at how many leftist liberals actually did say morally, he was onto some things. I may not agree with everything, but I agree with some of it. Heard so many fucking liberals say that. But the media is only putting it out there and like fucking hyphenating all these fucking Charlie Kirk was a bad guy. They're saying that all these liberals fucking hated him. And they're controlling the narrative for the clickbait, for the fucking ratings, for this and that, the other. And like I said, it's JFK fucking 2.0. So just like the fucking government, the CIA utilized the fucking media back then, the newspapers, the radios, everything that they used back then Now we're in a different day and time. Now they're using social media. They're using mainstream media. They're using fucking all this goddamn bullshit. And because Kash fucking Patel knows that he can't use the word conspiracy theory anymore, because after the FOIA requests and all that bullshit and the fucking releases on so many JFK fucking files, obviously conspiracy theory is not a bad thing. So now we're anarchists. And you know why I think he used the word anarchist? Because fucking conservatives talk so much shit against anarchy and anarchists and all this shit, you know, because of Antifa. So what does the fucking government use to spin that narrative? Anarchy, anarchist, what Antifa is. So now he's trying to back off the fucking conservatives because it's mainly the right and the conservatives that are fucking really investigating this and looking into this shit. Yeah. And he thinks that he can manipulate us. Well, fuck you. You're not manipulating shit. Fuck your fucking grasp on CIA. Fuck your grasp on the fucking FBI. Fuck everything grasp that y'all got on all social media. Like, y'all are taking down our fucking posts and our fucking shit because we're talking what we think is in theory happened, or saying that we don't trust what y'all are saying, so our shit gets taken down. All y'all bitches are complicit. And I don't know if Mossad caught someone with their fucking pants down, if they're blackmailing some motherfuckers out there. I don't fucking know. But it's not right. Y'all don't have the fucking morality. Where the fuck is your moral compass? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Kash Patel either start out or at one point in time have like a fucking podcast that was like a conspiracy podcast or a radio show or something? I may be wrong about that, but I'm thinking in my mind I remember it, but I'm not 100% about this. But yeah, this is the motherfucker that said he was going to make things fucking better, and he is very much so the biggest disappointment of this administration. Fuck, I've drank too much tonight already. What did you find out?
Yes, Kash Patel hosted a podcast called Kash's Corner, which he frequently delved into conspiracy theories, including claims about FBI misconduct, election fraud, the deep state, and the idea that the FBI planned the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. The show, which ran weekly and was co-hosted on a far-right media platform, aired from around 2021 until at least early 2025 before Kash Patel became FBI director. Episodes often featured explosive, unsubstantiated allegations such as FBI involvement in the Russia investigation against Trump and staged events tied to his indictments. While not explicitly titled as a conspiracy show, its content and widely described as conspiracy riddled by media outlets.
So now, because we're looking into this fucking bullshit that doesn't add up, we're fucking the bad guys. So look, oh my God, I just fucking clicked more fucking light bulbs in my fucking head. I wish I had one I could hold up right now.
I wonder, has just solidified himself as a part of the deep state machine.
I was about to say that. I wonder if he's a plant, because if he starts out trying to fucking look into conspiracies and all that bullshit, I think he's a plant. Like
manipulating through, like, let's think this out. Would make sense, right? All of the ones that involve Trump specifically, without trying to say like, oh, he's just trying to cover for Trump. Let's play devil's advocate and say everything that was pulled up against Trump was actually conspired to try to take him down and was actually not true on Trump's behalf. Let's just play that devil's advocate card for one moment, okay? Let's just say that Trump is fully not in the loop with any of this. He comes out with all of this stuff that proves this theory that he always went on about his podcast. Rushgate, complete hoax, all made up by Obama, Clinton, and all of them. Here's everything to prove it, right? he's bringing all this stuff out, as we've seen recently in some of these releases and indictments and shit like that, right? And all these things coming up with these specific things that he went in on, and some election fraud stuff and some January 6th stuff. He's bringing all this stuff to light now that he's most of the stuff to light now that he's FBI director, right?
Yeah.
But going into your theory, he might be a plant looking at his conspiracy theories. Now he starts moving through all these other ones, and those are the ones that he's actually there to continue to sift and cover through to make sure that anything that is released, that it gets released in a safe, not to harm the country manner. That's what he's truly there for.
Yeah.
See, he releases the documents to show and prove his point that he made on all the Trump conspiracies. Say, hey, look, see, January 6th was a setup. Russia was a hoax, blah, blah, blah. Here's everything to prove it. And he's trying to pull a fast one on us when it comes to the Epstein files, which isn't working. Now he's trying to pull the same shit when it comes to the JFK stuff. We know that wasn't everything. Now he's trying to say, no, look, it was a 30-6 and all this other fucking shit. And it was only Tyler Robinson on this roof with no line of sight. Fuck you. Now we're anarchists by showing that we can prove him wrong based off of Google Earth and the fact that we're not stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've got too many ex-soldiers out there. We've got too many hunters out there. We have too many firearm enthusiasts that have seen too many soft target kills, you know, that have been around too many different firearms, see how they act, see how they react, use different ammunition, everything from hot loads to hand loads, and they expect us to overlook this when the physics just don't add up. You know what I mean? Like, the physics don't add up in this situation. And you and I talked earlier, there's no way you can look at it that 30-6 was used.
No.
You know, if you used a hand load, number one is a 22-year-old kid that's only been shooting for a few years, he wouldn't be prepared for that kind of round. You know, the round is so inconsistent that just to zero it in, it's going to be hard. And then taking a long shot with it, the problem is the wind on a round that is a hand round, it's got a strong possibility of it tumbling in the air. So that fucking round can land anywhere. You know,
yeah.
it can drop to the ground, it can raise, you know, it can go left, right, you know, whatever. Who knows what it's going to do? It's not going to be an accurate shot. And still, even if it is a hand load, I still see the velocity being at, you know, 25 to 28, you know, foot-pounds. You're getting an exit wound. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
I can't think of any rifle that is going to make that shot and not have an exit wound. And that's why, you know, I came up with my theory of, you know, maybe it was an alternate metal. You know what I mean? That's the only explanation. It's either Candace Owens was given the wrong intel and there is an entry wound from the rear, that she's getting fed false information, or
which I think could be a possibility. Like, you don't know how far this could go of how they could cover this up. But I mean, you don't know. You can never truly know until you know. So
yeah. And see, that's a fucking problem, you know. And then, you know, all the fucking gag orders and all that, like, fuck, man, there's so many people complicit to this. And I wonder how far up it goes and how far overseas it goes. And like, there's so many questions I have that it's like, fuck, bro, like, this is a fucked up ordeal, you know. And then, you know, it with how fucking conspiratorial this is, and Trump says he thought of fucking Charlie Kirk as his, like, a son, and he treated him like a son and all this bullshit. And then, you know, all this bullshit's going on, like, you don't hear him speaking out of you, like, you don't hear him up fucking Kash Patel's dick, like, bitch, figure something out. Like, the other day I saw a fucking presser where someone was asking something and they asked Trump directly, and Trump looked at Kash Patel and was like, here, you answer it. Like, no, bitch, turn at him and say, motherfucker, I want an answer now. And then, you know, beyond that, you look at the fucking Epstein Files, because that's back into conspiracy. And why is it that it's only Democrats that are voting to fucking release all the fucking files? There's there's a handful of fucking conservatives or Republicans. Like, do we have it wrong?
I'm 100% with you on that. The Epstein.
Like, what if Trump is on that list?
I mean, I've always said, look, if he is, I mean, like, there's nothing that will ever be like, oh, well, I mean, it's fine. No, like, obviously, if he's committed the crime, then that's it. It's done. It's over with. Like, there's nothing that goes like, oh, well, it's Trump. Let's just leave it alone. No. Okay. But people always make it seem like, whereas like, you guys are just an apologist for Trump. Like, no, you guys have had no evidence of anything that you ever said that he's done this, he's done that. You guys have never had any evidence. You just make all these claims but never back it up. But you bring me evidence, you bring me something definitive that says that he did this, that you're claiming that he did, then I'm with you. But everybody always comes with all this shit, but never backs it up. That's where I'm always been like, no, you need to come to me with proof, not with just emotion and, well, look what he said. He says a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come with a lot more than that. But when it comes to the Kash Patel thing, okay, this is me just going off of off of how Trump is as a person, how he talks to people, how he handles things, and how he is with people of his team as a businessman. This is just me interpreting how he handles things as a businessman. Okay. And this is from his first administration till now. When it comes down to something as in-depth or anything like that, asking for very, very big specifics on things, right? If he's going to have his point man, his point person, his subject matter expert or whatever like that, then he's going to refer to that person, right?
But he needs to start micromanaging, because obviously there's something fucking going on.
But the thing is, though, is that he's also a big proponent of, he's always going to put trust into that person. Now, he's had Kash Patel on his team since his first administration, and for whatever reason, I'm not going to say I know why exactly, he trusts him and he has faith in him. I'm not going to say it's justified or it's even warranted, but at this point in time, Trump has full faith and trust in Kash Patel. I'm saying it's fully misguided. And I don't think Trump should have him as FBI director anymore. But that's the way Trump has him, and that's the way Trump is viewing his director of the FBI. So that's why he treats him as such. See what I'm saying? Because we've seen how he treats and talks and eventually fires people when he loses trust in them. So obviously he hasn't lost trust in Kash Patel.
Yeah.